All right, by now we've all seen the tweets from Mike Coppinger regarding what Terrence Bud Crawford said about trying to get a fight with Errol Spence in PBC. And basically, for the most part, both guys are putting it on each other. Errol Spence fanatic is up in arms about his next opponent, talking about his caliber opposition, and basically they're using it for room to talk their shit. The reason why a Errolsexual cannot open their mouth or say anything about who Terrence Bud Crawford is fighting is simply because of this. If one end you criticize the man's level of opposition and saying he's not fighting nobody, then that same man goes pursue top tier competition, the so-called boogeyman, the so-called big fish or whatever, the so-called greatest thing since sliced bread. When he goes pursues that level of competition, you guys reject it, say he don't deserve it, tell him what he's supposed to do, tell him to go fight Ennis, tell him to go fight Porter, and tell him to do all this other stuff. So I hope you understand what that means, and I hope I didn't lose you. That means in one end, if you're criticizing the level of his opposition, and when that same person is getting criticized for the opposition, go and pursue top level opposition, which y'all call Errol Spence, and you guys reject it, push against it, and come up with reasons why the fight shouldn't be made. You can't open your mouth about who he is fighting, because when he tried to give you a quality opponent, you guys was coming up with reasons why the fight shouldn't happen. Now that's extremely simple and clear to understand. Now, if you're not one of those people that said that, and you want to talk about his level of opposition or who he's fighting next, go ahead and do it. You know what I'm saying? You would have some grounds, but I hope you understand something very simple. Because there's so much information floating around, you guys lose traction in where you're really at. Do you realize if the fight was signed, you do realize you were not going to get this fight this year? How many times did I tell you that? The fight wasn't going to happen next month. Come on, a fight of this size, that wasn't going to happen next month. It never was going to happen. If the contract was signed, it's not happening until next year. So do you know what that means? As long as he go ahead and fight his opponent and is ready to fight again by next year, what did we lose? Absolutely nothing. Y'all running around here like a chicken with your head cut off, but you can't keep track of where you're at. Okay? It's no surprise what Terrence Bud Crawford is doing, because he said he was going to do it. He was trying to make it with Errol. It didn't happen. But let's say they did sign the contract and they got it signed, sealed, and delivered. You're not getting it till 2023. So as long as the man is available and ready to fight, what difference do it make? You get another fight in between time. I mean, think about what I just said. I mean, Jesus Christ, y'all love, oh my God, he's over here fighting such and such. This is what I'm talking about. Because y'all read an Errol Spence tweet talking about, now you see who was holding the fight up. Man, Errol full of shit. That doesn't affect what they had into place, because the fight is still happening next year. We're talking about a fight this year, not next year. So how is that fight a interference or holding up a fight that they wasn't trying to make till next year? Y'all know use your brain, man. Jesus Christ. He just trying to get it underway. Plenty of fights are made while people have another fight. When Joshua fought, Joshua was signed to fight Klitschko before he beat his last opponent. It was already signed. It was already an agreement. So as long as the man ready to fight, which he will be, what are y'all acting like y'all losing because you want to listen to Errol Spence? Errol Spence is a fake-ass bootleg spin doctor who's not good at it. Like I said, look at the signs. You know what I'm saying? Look at the signs. And this is most important. And this is what you got to think about. Errol Spence's whole career has been built off of becoming undisputed. If he was ever serious about that, how could he ever leave that weight division without accomplishing his goal? So in a nutshell, Terrence Crawford got this man not to pursue his dreams. That's all he's been telling you. I'm going to collect these belts, get undisputed. I'm going to collect these belts and get undisputed. And to add on top of that, while y'all talking crap about opposition, had Canelo Alvarez said yes, guess what? Guess what? You wouldn't have got the fight anyway. Jesus Christ. Y'all slow. Jesus Christ, y'all act like this man just didn't try to make a fight with Canelo Alvarez, man. What are you talking about? Had Canelo said yes inside the dotted line, what would Errol Spence be doing? Pursuing undisputed or pursuing Canelo? Answer the question. So, man, you know, but like I said, y'all, you wasn't getting this fight this year. I said you'll be lucky if you get it next year. But this is what I will say, okay? Regardless of what's going on, I do not want to see this fight when these guys are 36, 34, and 35. I am not interested in that, okay? I understand the times and maybe it's not the best time to launch such a big fight and give it the proper promotional tour it needs or whatever and whatnot. Fine, okay? But you got to the first quarter of next year to produce this fight. And if it does not happen, if they ever do make this fight, I'm letting it known and be clear to the world. I am not paying for that fight. I am going to bootleg the living shit out of it. Because when you at a restaurant and they don't get shit right and they fuck your food up, you either have them correct it, get up and leave, and don't leave a tip. Same thing with your barber. When he mess your hair up 9 times out of 10, you ain't leaving a tip and you ain't coming back. The point is in some way you're gonna protest against the treatment and the service that you've been getting. Am I right or am I wrong? So I give to the first quarter of next year. If it don't happen then, I'm not interested in seeing no old guys box. I'm not. So whenever they do make it, the guaranteed money that they were going to get, they're not going to get. And I'm going to bootleg the shit out of it. I'm sorry if that affects certain people in the wrong way or Crawford or whatever. I'm not going to pay for it. Period. Because I'm adamant with this PBC shit. This is what I'm talking about with boxing. We have a big issue here, and it's not about going back and forth about who you think is a supporter of Terrence Bud Crawford. Y'all on some super feminine shit. It's bigger issues on the table. Okay? Something's wrong. Something seriously wrong with boxing. Anthony Joshua, Deontay Wilder. We didn't get it. Okay? Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua. We didn't get it. Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford. We not getting it. Okay? Lomachenko, Mikey Garcia. Lomachenko, Manny Pacquiao. We didn't get it. Conor Ben, Chris Eubank. We didn't get it. Don't you see it's a big problem with boxing? You can't look forward to any fights until they actually suit up and get into the ring. It's a lot of good fights we haven't got and we don't get. It's bigger issues here, man. Y'all want a fanboy wars. Y'all want some cheerleading wars. I'm not interested in defending no grown man millionaire. That's what y'all want to do. I want to see fights. And with that being said, for all you guys that's in your, I don't know, I guess you would be in your 40s or your late 30s and 50 on up. I'm going to tell you right now, man, I'm jealous of y'all. I am, man. I'm jealous of y'all. Because y'all got to experience boxing when boxing was boxing. I am so jealous of the era that you got to witness. You know what I would do to go to a Mike Tyson fight, a Hagler fight, a Ali fight, Hell, I didn't even make it to a Floyd fight, and that's a fight I could have made. You know, I want some classic fights in my era. I have nothing to brag about in my era. I keep bringing this up. But that's my thoughts on that. As long as Crawford is ready to fight next year, we still in the same damn position. Other than the contract is not signed and it didn't open the books. And how you gonna say you gonna push a fight till next year when y'all ain't even got a contract signed? Talk about a fight that you gonna make that doesn't have a contract signed. Next year is gonna be some bullshit. That's why I said they got to the first quarter. After that, if they ever do make the fight, I'm not paying for it because my interest is running low. I don't need to see the fight to know what's up. Real talk, man. Like, comment, subscribe.